Ever felt that burning stare from a woman? The one that says everything, yet nothing? She barely moves, barely blinks, but something beneath her silence feels alive, wild, dangerous. It's not just desire. It's not just attraction. It's a hidden dream she doesn't dare speak, waiting for the right man to unlock it. Have you ever noticed that look? That fierce, burning stare a woman gives you when her body is still. But her eyes are alive with something. UNTAMED. She says nothing. She barely moves. Yet beneath that calm surface, something pulses. Not attraction, not lust. Something deeper. A dream unspoken. And she's waiting for the man who can see it. But here's the truth. Most men never get close. They tiptoe. They flatter. They seek permission. And then they wonder why she holds back. Why her love feels distant. Why the bedroom feels cold. Break that pattern. And she won't just fall for you, she'll fall into you. Let's begin with the first shift, the take control compliment. Why does it work? Because secretly, she longs to be claimed by a man who doesn't ask but simply knows. Here's the truth she'll never admit aloud. I want a man who doesn't need to check in. I want a man who knows what he wants and takes it. It's not disrespect, it's confidence, it's power, the kind she pretends to push away, but secretly dreams of surrendering to. Ever wonder why women binge 50 Shades of Grey? Why? The rebel, the outlaw, the stoic man always gets the girl. It's not his words, it's his energy. He doesn't chase, he doesn't explain. He leads. And something primal awakens in her. Not cruelty, not ego, but raw, grounded presence. She longs to be overwhelmed by a man deeply anchored in himself. Here's the paradox. It's not about force, it's about surrender without fear. And that kind of surrender only happens when she trusts you to lead. So how do you awaken that hidden craving? By becoming the man who doesn't need to speak to command. You walk into the room and before you say a word, she feels you. You meet her eyes once and she forgets how to breathe. You take her hand, not to ask but to guide. That's the key. Not aggression but certainty. And now, let's move into the next desire she'll never say aloud, the forbidden protector fantasy. She wants to be saved, but she'll never say it. She'll tell you she's strong, independent, unshakable. And she's built her walls with pride. But beneath it all, she wants someone who sees straight through the facade. Not someone who collapses when she cries, but a man who looks her in the eye and says, calmly and firmly, I've got you. This isn't about saving her. It's about becoming her safe haven, the one place she doesn't have to pretend. Let's pick up where we left off. She may be fierce and commanding by day, but what she truly longs for is the freedom to fall apart safely in your arms. Here's her hidden truth. She can conquer the world from 9 to 5. But with you, she wants to collapse, to let go, and to trust that it's safe to do so. And no, this doesn't require grand gestures or over-the-top romantic lines. All it takes is the calm in your eyes, the steadiness in your touch, the quiet strength that whispers, you're not alone anymore. When her mind races and won't let her rest, you don't fix her. You guide her into stillness. When she lashes out or tests your resolve, you don't flinch. She's not trying to push you away. She's trying to find out if you'll stay. The more grounded and centered you are, the more her stormy energy begins to orbit around you, rather than destroy everything in its path. And when she feels that masculine and calm, she starts to unfold, revealing parts of herself no one else has. Ever seen? Now, we arrive at the third desire, the masquerade fantasy. She wants to be seen, truly seen, by a man who notices what no one else does. That version of her you see in public, the playful, polished, confident woman with the perfect laugh, is a performance, a mask. Every woman wears one. But what she secretly craves is the man who sees past it, the man who catches the flicker behind her smile, hears the tremor in her laugh and doesn't expose her, doesn't say a word. He just understands. No explanations, no confessions. He sees her. And that kind of intimacy, most men will never experience it. Activating this fantasy isn't about flashy lines, it's about presence. You observe her, the shift in her tone, the pause in her sentences, the way she exhales after holding something in, and you don't react. You respond with stillness, with focus. And in that silence, something shifts. She starts to feel seen, exposed, but safe. She might softly say, "I'm fine," but when you lean in, cup her face, and whisper, "You don't have to be," she breaks in the most beautiful way. The mask slips, the performance ends, and you've stepped into her inner world, the one no one else has ever been allowed into. And once she feels truly seen, she doesn't just want your touch, she craves it. Now, number 4, the controlled chaos fantasy. She wants to lose control, but only in your hands. This desire is ancient, primal. She won't talk about it, not with friends, not even in her private journal. But it's the most intense, addictive, and dangerous of them all. To fully surrender, to let go of control in your presence, is her deepest, most secret yearning. To melt beyond fear, beyond the noise in her head, to fall into you. And here's what you must understand. This has nothing to do with dominance through force. This isn't about power. It's about being so grounded, so unshakably calm, that she finally allows herself to collapse completely. And no, she doesn't break, because you don't flinch. You don't chase, you don't rush to fix. You stay. You breathe. You lead. You become the steady hand when her emotions spiral, the pause when her thoughts race, the calm when she tries to push you away, and instead you draw her close. This is the quiet rhythm, the slow dance only the emotionally present can hear. And within that stillness, she begins to unravel, not out of fear, but out of trust. Because, with you, she's no longer afraid of diving deep into herself. She's ready to go there, because you are her anchor. And when a woman finds a man who can hold her fire, she'll burn the world down just to stay warm beside him. Now comes the 5th fantasy, the silent obsession. This has nothing to do with words, or control, or even emotional security. This is about presence, the kind that follows her even after you've left the room. You don't chase, you don't check her stories, you don't fall into the trap. Instead, you grow, you evolve, you thrive. And then it begins. She can't stop thinking about you. It's the mystery, the tension, the energy you left behind, not by trying, but by being. You didn't beg for attention. You didn't perform. You simply existed in a way she couldn't ignore. And now you're gone. But she is the one who feels it. She starts to crave that feeling again. But this time, she's not sure if she can ever reach it. That's what makes it a fantasy. Because the most unforgettable man in her life wasn't the loudest, wasn't the neediest, wasn't the one who begged to stay. It was the one who touched her soul and vanished. No applause needed, no validation sought. Just like that, you become the thought she can't silence, the feeling she can't shake, the obsession she'll never admit. She'll never say it aloud, but she'll play it back over and over. The way you breathed near her, the way your eyes saw through her defenses, the way you understood her without needing a single word. She won't say it, but she'll replay it over and over and over. Every breath, every glance, every moment where she felt you, not because of what you did, but because of who you were. Now, you see it, not the polished image she posts online, not the cute list she shares with her friends when they ask, "What's your type?" No, you've seen the real fantasy, the one she hides, the one she barely allows herself to feel. And if you're still watching, if you're still here, you're not ordinary, you're not safe. You're the kind of man who can hold fire in his hands without burning. You are the storm she didn't see coming, and the calm she didn't know she needed. So here's what I'll leave you with. She doesn't want the man who waits for permission. She wants the man who awakens her mind, body, and soul. If that's you, don't dim your light. Don't shrink to fit in. Don't apologize for being the one thing she's never felt, but will never forget. And if something inside you just shifted, If you're done being soft in a world that only respects strength, then it's time to step forward. Hit that subscribe button. This channel isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the few, the ones who lead with purpose, who move with certainty, who embody masculine depth without needing to prove anything. If you've ever seen that look in her eyes when she almost surrendered, if you've ever felt that silent pull, that tension that whispered, "She's this," close to giving in, then you already know. You were never meant to blend in. Comment the word obsession below. If you're ready to become the man she dreams of but never dares speak of, type it, claim it, become it. This isn't just a video about tactics to attract women. It's a wake-up call. This video is a map guiding the modern man back to his authentic masculine essence. A man as steady as a tree in the storm. A man who doesn't need to be loud, yet his presence is unforgettable. A man who doesn't take control by force, but whose energy invites surrender. This video reaches into the deepest, unspoken desires within women, not the things she says, but the things she feels. But at the same time, it speaks to the highest responsibility of a man, not to control, but to master himself so fully that others choose to trust him. This is a video for the man who wants to be, the one who makes her feel safe enough to let go. The one who doesn't need many words, yet is always remembered. The one she becomes obsessed with, not because of tricks, but because of raw, grounded presence. This video isn't just about attracting her. It's a reminder. It's time to become the strongest, calmest, most trustworthy version of yourself. That, more than anything, is what she'll never forget.